Okay. Okay, we are recording.
Okay. It's gonna be loud enough. Let's see. Evie. Bleep blop bloop.
If we were to put it right here.
Picky English, only a bunny. A bunny, your turn.
Me no picky English. Picky English.
Only a bunny.
Okay.
Am I sober? Did I take a edible?
We're recording this.
Maybe. Maybe I did 2 hours ago and it still is like peaking.
Come as you are.
Thank you. Thank you. Acceptance. I feel accepted here.
It's a safe space. No one's judging.
I love it. Thank you.
And if you're judging, then you're not welcome.
And how my best friend says that's very valid. I like when she uses that word, valid.
It's such a validating word.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Profound.
Yeah.
Where's
my Nobel Peace Prize? Where's Evie's Nobel Peace
The last episode we kept saying random shit. Like, it was like we had just discovered the meaning of life.
The thing is, it was the meaning of life or whatever, and it was kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, all the things we were trying to explain were a little complex. And I think it got away from us because we wrote things down when we don't do that when we talk. Like, we just catch up, and once we start talking, we start talking.
Yeah, I felt too, or it was good, but it's just like there was something off about it where we were like changing the rhythm of the conversation a lot. When it's like, last time, the first episode, we were in a flow. Exactly. And I think we needed to have a flow. Yeah. And now we do.
Welcome the flow, and
also,
Heather is back.
Oh, yeah. The star of the show.
The star of the show. A lot of people loved her last episode, and we're happy to say she is here for episode 3.
Yay.
Say something, Heathy. What do you want your fans to know?
Speak your truth.
Okay, valid. Very valid.
She said,
she's shy.
She's all growling.
So cute.
We love you. We accept you here.
Can I tell you something about where we're sitting?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
It's gonna gross you out, maybe.
Stop. Evie! This is tea, you guys. This is tea.
But the background is my mom has lived at the same place where I moved in when I was 15, and my sister was how old? How old were you?
I was 11.
I can't do math. Tell me how old you were when I was 15. So they're moving out, and I'm just like thinking about all the things that happened in this apartment. We moved in here around 2010. We grew up in Costa Mesa, but in this apartment that we're in right now is basically my childhood home. Like, when I would come home from college, this is where I would come to. The sad part is that my mom has been asked to move out. Everybody in the apartment complex is being asked to leave. I think they're trying to raise rent, which is fucked up. So a lot of the people who live here are not gonna be able to afford to live here anymore.
Yeah, and they're doing this during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I feel like we're always waiting California for them to, like, raise our minimum wage. And, like, it's just, like, why raise it? Why raise the rent? It's, like, so, by this point, it's, like, we know, I don't know, everyone's struggling, but, like, I don't know, it just feels advantageous.
It definitely left a bad taste in my mouth since my mom has lived here for so long, never missed a payment, is a great tenant. Like, all these things do irk me a little bit. But that being said, I was thinking about all the things that I experienced while I lived here. I lost my virginity in this closet.
I can't.
Wait. We should describe what's happening. So, usually we record in my apartment, but because my sister's leaving for New Orleans tomorrow for her birthday trip, it's going to be so much fun. She wouldn't be able to come over. And so, in order to have an episode on time, I came up and met up with her, obviously, also because her birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday!
Thank you. Her
We'll
birth
talk
month.
more about that.
Yep.
But for
Gemini
now, I just
season
want to
is Valery
explain why
season.
we're in a closet. And the reason we're in a closet, unironically, is because we have nowhere else to record. We live, so my mom, my sister, and my grandparents all live together. And we really have no other place to record. So we're using the closet, and it's
Yep.
actually pretty fun and nostalgic.
And the
And like I
reason we're
said,
choosing it is because my room is very echoey, and this is the only area that was like full of stuff, and it's a small space, so we can actually like record and not have there be an echo. So
right, and of course, Teddy will ruin the sound
Mhm.
regardless, but
no,
that's okay.
actually, she makes the sound better.
I'm
Every time she
gathering.
barged, my heart like lighted up because I missed her so much, because it's kind of getting harder to be away from her for so long, because she's like my actual child.
Yeah, at this point.
I'm her godmother, like dead ass, and
Mhm. She's
she's
obsessed with
never
you.
she's obsessed with me, and she's the happiest when she's with my sister and I. Like we're her two favorite people in the world, and she's the only dog I have that like I have a real relationship with. So
Aww.
she's my daughter, and I miss her. But anyway, I personally like the barks in the back, and I think people like it too, honestly, because she doesn't do it very often. It's very calculated. She's communicating.
She has a message for us, and
Mhm.
it's pay attention to me
Exactly. I
now, or
think it's
die.
endearing.
Anyway,
Okay.
when I was 17,
Uh-huh.
I lived here, obviously. I went to high school in Costa Mesa, and I lived with my sister, my mom, and my grandma. I don't know who else lived with us at the time, but
Mhm.
so when I was 17, I started dating my very first serious boyfriend, who happened to be long distance because it was like during the MySpace days.
Yeah.
Crazy
You
shit,
guys met
dude.
through MySpace.
We met
And it
through
was
my.
because you guys had the same Paramore shirt on. How emo is that? How emo
I forgot
2009
about
is
that.
that?
Is that really what? I don't
Yes.
remember. Like, I really
I
don't remember
remember.
adding him
You know
for that
why?
reason, but
You know why? The
I
trauma.
guess.
You blocked it out of your memory. As for me, I remember. Because to me, it was like, oh, my sister finally is telling me about, like, a boy. And I was just so, that's why it stuck with me so much. Like, it was so,
Oh, that I
it
was
was the first
telling you
time
all this stuff?
yeah.
Oh,
It was the
wow.
first time I could, like, know. But I thought you guys were, like, so mature and, like, old. And I was like, no, you guys literally met through MySpace.
And I lost my
Oh.
virginity in this closet. Just thinking about it. We were both really immature, you know? But yeah, I lost my virginity to him in this closet.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. The majority of people who ever talk about this always say they regret their first time, or like, it was really awkward and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, usually people who lose their virginity when you're in high school, like, everyone's gonna be kind of awkward, you know? It's like, it is what it is. But I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
And I think I've kept that a secret just because I feel like it's kind of weird.
You already told
Because you
me.
guys. Oh, I did?
Yeah, you already told me, but I mean, we were high, so that's why you don't remember. Because remember, you told me while we were smoking outside from my pipe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and you told me when we were in San Diego. We were
That's
smoking outdoors.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that is the story of this closet, and we're revisiting it. We're saying
Yep.
goodbye officially.
Goodbye to the closet where you lost your virginity. Yes.
Oh my god, it's so dumb.
Very funny. You caught
Well,
me
you
off
know
guard.
what's weird though?
Uh-huh.
That my uncle was here when that happened.
You're telling
I'm
the
not-
tea? You're spilling the tea. I hate
Isn't
saying
that-
that, but what else do you call it? Okay? You're spilling it.
This is what this show is about.
Right.
And we're moving out of this house. Like, I feel like I need to let it out.
We're like women from The View. We have to tell our truth.
Exactly. Otherwise, what are we doing? So my uncle was home.
Mm-hmm.
He will go unnamed. And we were alone. Like, we're never alone because we live with so many people. So we're alone, and I look at him, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I remember he was like, are you sure? I think he asked me like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And the third time I was like, well, let's go before I change my mind.
Period. Wow.
I was like, okay. So then we were like, getting hot and heavy. And so embarrassing. Okay, let's skip over that
You know
whole
why
part.
it's embarrassing?
Why?
Because y'all were 17.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. It's
gross.
weird to talk about
It's
kids
weird.
sex.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
Ew.
So yeah, let's gloss over that.
Mhm.
Then there's a knock at the
Wait,
door.
isn't that the tea? I'm just kidding. Ah.
Okay, even I have boundaries.
The audience is going boo. even though I
Because the
won't share.
story's not about that. Like, I lost my virginity, big deal, okay? I mean, whatever.
True.
Then
Yeah, go on.
there's a knock at the door, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, no one ever knocks on our door. Like, people just walk in and out because whatever.
Mhm.
It's our house, you know?
Basically, you're saying who was knocking because who would come to the door to begin with, because no one comes into the doors except for whoever lives in the room.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So it was weird to me that someone was knocking, and I'm like in the middle, you know, of
Oh
something.
my goodness.
And
You're in the middle of something. That's what we call it now.
and I literally, me ignoring you, literally, I was so like thrown off that it was my uncle because I heard him talking, like he was knocking. I was like, he knows. Like, there's no way he doesn't know. So
What kind of a weird shit is that
I
to
feel,
come in and like try to stop these two
or
teenage
maybe
like
he didn't know. I don't know. But when I opened the door, I was like, yeah. And I just remember my face getting so hot and red, and
really?
just like
Is that
not
how you
knowing
answered
how
the
to.
door? I
Yeah,
thought you were like, what?
it's
But
possible.
I mean, who knows,
I
right?
mean, my memory is shit.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
I
I'm like,
remember generalities. Like, I remember what he was asking me.
yeah.
Like, he was like, can you help me with my phone? And I was just
Uh,
like, really confused. Like, I kind of felt like it was, like, he did know what was happening.
well, you got away with it.
The cool thing is that, yeah, I got away with it because I feel like if I would have been caught, he would have gotten in trouble along with me. Like, maybe he would have been kicked out, or they wouldn't have let him, like, come over anymore.
Or you guys, for the remaining time, won't have any time to be alone. Like, they'd be hovering over you.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like,
Which they already
yeah.
were. Like, we were not
Exactly.
allowed to hold hands on the couch. Like, I remember being so annoyed about that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that made me want to be alone with him all the time
Yeah.
and do things. Because I'm like, if I'm being constantly watched and I'm not doing anything wrong, then I kind of feel like doing something risky, you know, and thrilling.
Emo kid, back to the Paramore shirt as to why you guys added each other on. He was from Texas. We didn't even say where he was from. He was from Texas, and you guys
He is
added
from
each
Texas.
other on MySpace because you both had the same Paramore shirt. And
That's
then you started messaging each other. And then guess what? You guys had the same birthday.
We do. We
Yeah.
do have the same birthday. I just remember a lot of people would add each other a lot on MySpace because you
Oh,
had
it
to
was
have
like
like
that.
millions of friends on Facebook.
Yeah, it was
That was like the
normal.
thing to do.
Mhm.
But I really don't remember all those details. So thank you so much. Like,
Yeah.
I was literally thinking the other day, like, how did I even start talking to him? I just know that we met on MySpace. But
Yep,
I
that's how it
hate
was.
it. Like, I hate my mind forgets so many things, and I hate it because I feel like I can't remember even my own life story sometimes.
Right.
But that's pretty cool that you
Yeah.
remember that. Okay.
Yeah. One of us will keep tab
Well, shouts
while
out
the other one
to.
disassociates.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
What are sisters for?
Exactly.
Well, anyway, shouts out to him and his mom because I love his mom. We're still
Shout
really good
out.
friends.
Yeah,
And
she's
she does
cool.
listen to the show.
She's super
She's
cool.
been supporting us since the beginning, and I love her. So I'm not gonna name names, but you know who you are, and I love you.
Period.
Period. Okay. I want to know about your birthday. How are you feeling? You're 22.
Great. My birthday was so much fun. I went yesterday to brunch at like a Mexican restaurant with like 5 of my girlfriends, and it was so much fun. None of them had ever met each other because I like thrive on partnerships. Like, I get really close to I like really bond with them, and then like they've never met each other because like I don't have a certain group, but everyone that met that day was like bonded so well, so fast. Like, honestly, and I think it was everyone's chart matched each other's because we had like 3 earth signs and 2 air signs, and basically it was just like all mixed around, and we all had like similar signs in our big 3 and stuff, so we all
Earth
got along.
and air get along so well, right? That's what I've noticed. That
Well, the one, yeah, I mean, I've seen people that date who are earth and air, and it's really cool because they balance each other out because earth is really grounded in reality and like the physical realm, whereas air signs are very like don't take life seriously at all, like at all costs.
So it's a balance.
It's a balance so that they show each other either to like be more grounded, the air signs more grounded, and then they teach the earth signs to not take things so seriously. So yeah, it was such a good balance, and everyone got along so well. Everyone loved each other. Everyone agreed that like we have to hang out again, better than I could have expected, and it was just a dream to watch all these girls that I love bond over like that and just like crack jokes and see them laughing and like taking pictures together. Like, it was just the cutest, and they all kept looking looking at me and being like, and it's all because of you or whatever, because they were so excited to meet each other. Like, they all liked each other, and they were like, and it's all because
I
of
love
Val.
that.
Yeah. So it was the sweetest. I felt so loved. And I had so much fun with my beautiful friends who support my crazy. They
Yep.
literally,
Mm.
that's they all support my crazy. So
Aw.
I felt really loved, and I value them and love
Shouts
them
out
so
to
much.
them.
Yeah, I love you guys.
You're
Nope.
friends with all of them. Yeah, it could be stressful
Yeah, and
because you
it's
don't know how if people are gonna vibe or
mhm.
clash.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that you are at such a healthy place right now and like you're so grown up. So you're attracting similar people, I think.
No, that's definitely what it was.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I was saying about the chart too. Like
Mm-hmm.
similar people on the same page in the same time in their life. Like we're all like early 20s, and also girls are just like if I can get along with like a girl at a bathroom and like vibe with her about like her outfit or whatever, like of course, 5 girls who have one person in common who are putting effort and who are genuinely kind people are going to get along because they're genuinely so open to friendship and sisterhood.
Yeah.
Literally more than half of them were earth signs. They do not open up, but they were all vibing.
Oh my
hmm
gosh. The energy was just right.
It was so perfect. And I was, of course, the star of the show.
As always.
As always, I was the main character, if you will. That was my episode. That was my day. Okay?
I mean, that's what birthdays are for, right?
Exactly. That is, if there's any day where it's like your day, or like you're the star of the Truman Show, per se,
Right.
it's your birthday. So,
I like birthdays. Some people are like,
yeah.
oh, I'm too old for them. I'm like, I like to celebrate the fact that I'm alive and that I was born
hmm
and that I'm here experiencing this reality with you all. And it gets hard, but it's still like a gift, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a day you have to take advantage of to feel celebrated. Basically, if you're lucky enough, it's a day where you're embraced by people who respect you and you allow them in. You allow them to like embrace you and celebrate you, and it takes a level of vulnerability and putting your guard down for them to like love you for you and know only tell you specific things about you, and like that just happens by letting them in into who you really are. And it felt amazing for all of them to like even just like it's not about the gifts, but even just like the gifts that they did get me, like it had a common theme and just felt like, oh, they really know who I am,
They really know you.
So it was great. It was the best. It
Yeah.
was the best birthday I've ever had. And trust me, I am very
Aww.
excited. I sound really mellow, and that's because first of all the drugs. Second of all, that is because I'm hungover a little bit from yesterday because it was literally yesterday. Evie, how are you feeling?
She's
The
just.
elevator music. Da, da, da.
Roll the elevator music. Heavy. What are you doing, honey?
She's just laying down,
Oh.
listening to us talk.
She
said, well, doctor. Therapy.
She's laying down with her belly up.
Yeah.
But she's not asleep. She has her eyes just staring off into the distance.
Yeah. She's just resting.
She's living the life.
She's living the life.
We
the
made like a
puppy
little
life.
fort in the closet, so it's really comfy. Hopefully you can see those pictures on Instagram that we took. So speaking of friendships, that's a good segue.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about a friendship. The friendship.
The friendship that everyone is talking about. A lot of people wanted to know what happened with Grace. Is she still my friend? Does she ever talk to me again? The answer is no. We haven't talked since. But today, me and Valery had this very aha moment. For a while, we were just like, we don't really know what happened. But then we figured it out. And how did we figure it out? We were just like laughing at something.
We were just analyzing shit like we always do about God knows what.
I think it was because we were playing with your toys.
Oh.
We're like grown ass adults, but we're playing with the Yoda and the.
Yeah, so I have a baby Yoda and then a sandworm from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and then I have another Nightmare Before Christmas little like
Stuffed animal.
They're so cute.
And we were just playing with them like children. Like literally when we're together, we just revert to childhood. Like
I know.
we're big children and it's really fun.
We're healing our inner child together.
And I think you said something like, "Oh, we don't have to even talk to communicate what we're saying to each other." That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because we kept making jokes but not saying them.
Oh.
And we kept laughing
And we were laughing at like, oh my god, we're so funny. Like one of us, or I think you said something like,
oh, I said no wonder people never know what we're talking about.
Oh,
because
you said no wonder.
That always happens. We're talking and chatting away, and people are so lost. Like, they don't know what we're saying. And it's like, because we just know. We just know what we're saying. Like,
Yeah, we say
we
little
don't have to
phrases.
we don't have to verbalize everything. We just know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's probably why Grace was not feeling well that day. Because when we're together,
Yeah.
she probably felt left out. But more than
Yeah.
that,
I mean, she was triggered, and then on top of that, I think she internalized that we were vibing like we always do because we're literally sisters. Like, I
that's
think,
just who we are.
yeah, and I think for her, remember how her past friendship was two sisters? I think it might be triggering
Yeah.
for her to have two people
You're
like
so right.
who have each other, but then she's like she might feel like the odd one
The
out
third
because
one.
no matter what, you're never gonna be as close to one or the other as two sisters are, and that can be
Yeah.
triggering for someone who has attachment styles that aren't the healthiest.
Right.
Yeah,
And I can understand that. Like, I can relate.
me too.
So, yeah.
So that's why we understood because we've
So,
been there.
basically, we solved the mystery, and
It's just like if whoever hangs out with us is gonna feel like the odd man out to some degree, just because we're sisters and the way we communicate is so telepathic
yeah.
that like it's just like you feel like you're missing out on something.
We're very inviting, too. It's
Wait,
just,
no, we're so
it's a lot of
inviting.
energy.
It's just like little moments when we don't speak to each other that we communicate that like I think that can trigger people maybe.
Yeah, because
we
they
don't
don't know what we're
Yeah,
they don't know
yeah,
what we're laughing about.
exactly.
So
And
they're not in on the joke, but
but
it's
we
not about
really
them or anything like that.
no, no, it's not. It's just us finding the things we have like the really like we have a sense of humor that is like specific to us that we use and like we don't use with anyone else.
Yeah.
And not on purpose, but like we everyone has that with their sibling. You just are
Well, I'm
weird.
sure everyone has relationships like that.
Yeah.
Where you are it's an energy that is only between you two, and
Mhm.
like you never find it anywhere else. That's the beauty of
And you're
relationship.
basically really
Well, good and
weird.
healthy ones. Good and healthy ones where you could be yourself.
Yeah. So they end up being really weird.
Oh, we're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like if someone were to watch how we play with our toys and shit.
Not that though. The way our jokes.
Yeah, we make really
We don't play with
interesting
toys
jokes.
that much. Like we don't always.
Well,
Okay, the thing is, the sandworm from Night Before Christmas, he's a puppet, and I was making it look like he was gonna eat Heather because Heather is just his size, so it looks funny. But anyway, other than that, okay, so oh, my best friend just texted me. She's just responding to what I was saying, but she's like, I know all your friends are cool. They all love you.
oh,
Wow, if
that's so
Lisa's
sweet.
saying that, that's really sweet because Lisa has never met any of my friends. Lisa's my best friend. Yeah, I just love that she saw that because she's like to me the most intuitive person I know. Even though she doesn't believe in spirituality, she's like the most intuitive person. Like
That's crazy.
yeah, she's always right in my opinion. Like I think my intuition's strong, but I think her intuition's way stronger.
Stronger.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, she's awesome. But anyway, let's talk about something really outrageous that is happening, which I know everyone is well aware. Just the difference is some people care, some people simply don't care.
And that's totally fine, but we care.
I don't think it's fine. I'm pretty annoyed that people don't care.
Well, I just feel like it's fine if you don't care, but what I don't like is when people are like, that's not even a big deal. It's like, if you don't care, you don't care, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's valid that we care. I think it's valid that, well, we should probably say what it is.
Okay, well, let's talk about 818, the Kendall Jenner tequila that is coming out. I feel like I wanted to bring this up right now because I think people are confusing why it's problematic. Apart from the photos that came out, the tone deaf photos that came out, apart from that, just like we want to give a kind of brief overview of why it's just unsettling and disappointing that someone is making a profit like this off of our country. We're Mexican and Honduran, so we were raised by only our Mexican side, so we take a lot of pride in that.
Honestly, when I heard she was doing it, I was like, okay, everyone's coming out with their liquor.
Mhm.
She wants to do tequila, she said, because she likes tequila. I'm like, okay. But, it didn't bother me. I just thought, like, oh, well, tequila has an extensive history in Mexico.
Mhm. Yeah, so basically Mexico.
It's a huge.
Mexico, wait, so Mexico has this agave plant that only grows in Mexico. And we all know Mexico's a poor country. So they only have few ways to make large amounts of money or, any money for that matter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, tequila is a huge industry in Mexico.
Yes.
And it's a big deal.
Yeah. So you can only make tequila, to reiterate this, you can only make tequila in Mexico from our agave plants because
Is
it's
that
something
true?
that has been made. It's true. And that's something that's only been made, or tequila is something that's been made since the Aztecs and stuff. So it's like a real, like, there's a real cultural background to it
Right.
and
Which
history.
that's why when she said like, oh, because I like it, like, oh well,
Mhm.
you like to drink tequila, that doesn't mean
You should make
you
it
should make it and
because the people who make it,
profit off of
yeah,
something that
the people,
has
yeah,
made Mexico money and is a
yeah.
huge industry for its people right now.
And it's like, okay, she can make her tequila, but the problem is she's not planning to sell it in Mexico. She's only planning to sell it in the US, which means she's directly taking away that profit from Mexico. So the people who made it over there for her aren't going to get as much profit because it's being only sold over here, you know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's not selling it over there. So,
Wait, but isn't it being manufactured over there? So then if people are only buying it in the US, wouldn't that money go back to Mexico? Or the people who are working in Mexico? It,
no, because I'm pretty sure it's just like, they're just paid off. Like, they're not paid as that well, I don't think.
right. Well, that wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprising because most things like that,
Yeah.
most corporations that make anything don't pay the actual workers.
Yeah, but not just that, it's like, it's for their economy. It's to grow their economy.
You know what bothers me
So but you get what I'm
about that?
saying?
What bothers me
Okay.
about that is that Mexico, the dollar is worth more in Mexico. So she's like making all this stuff in Mexico and
Mhm.
then selling it for a
For like,
profit here.
which
And
is
that's why
like,
she's not selling it in Mexico.
yeah, because it's a lot. It's $100.
It's basically outsourcing. Like people who don't like to buy clothes that's made in Japan because people
Mhm.
are paid 25 cents a day. It's basically the same thing.
Yep.
So you made this in a country where it's a lot cheaper for you to produce,
Mhm.
and you're only going to sell it in the United States where you're going to make a huge profit.
Exactly, exactly. Because if you even at least keep that product in the same country, it'll help their economy, you know. Because also,
Because then
it's taking
store
a
owners and stuff could sell it at their stores and stuff.
yeah, because it's gathering a lot of attention. Because
Yeah.
obviously she's a Kardashian Jenner. The other reason it's a big deal is because she's creating competition for existing tequila companies who do get, like, she's creating competition and taking attention away from other tequila companies where Mexico profits from more because they are sold in Mexico. She's like taking away a lot of their business, and like that's really one of the few ways we make any
Hmm.
money.
So, like I was saying at first when I heard that she was making the tequila, okay, she's trying to get that bag. Get your bag, girl.
Hmm.
And it annoys me, but whatever, you know. And if people are angry, it's valid. But then what pissed me off were the pictures. That's when I was like,
Hmm.
you're deliberately dressing up like it's a costume
To be poor,
to be poor, to have a
working
broken window.
working on a
That's a
rancho.
photo shoot. Bring me a truck with a broken window.
But let me go back home to my Tesla and my Porsche. Whoa.
I
The whiteness, the
like
white. Oh,
I understand that people are like, well, maybe they got paid really well to be in the pictures and stuff like that, but we don't know that, and I just feel like it's really tone deaf. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, and maybe they
but it's just
consented to
like
be in those pictures, but I feel like why? Like it's not an aesthetic, you know?
either way, like, yeah, she could be taking advantage of them and not paying them enough, the men who were in the photos who are growing it or making it. But also, like, that's not even the most offensive part of it. It's the fucking braids. You don't have to be
Oh my
Hispanic
god.
to know what braids mean, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, just I guess from my experience, my white friends don't even need to look that shit up or need an explanation. Like, yeah, there's a lot of natives in Mexico, and just like how you don't copy a headpiece from Native Americans here, you don't copy braids because they mean a lot more than just a fashion statement or a certain like popular hairstyle for your photo shoot.
Right. Like all I feel like many cultures use braids. Like white people, everybody uses braids, but it's the context. You're
Mhm.
in Mexico, you're making a tequila, you're sitting on a truck with a broken window,
Mhm.
and then you're wearing braids. Like okay, that goes back to indigenous times.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, it came from the Aztecs.
it might not be
Tequila came from the Aztecs.
right.
You know, those are their natives.
And
Just to make it clear.
yes, like
Mhm.
it would just be hypocritical of me to not also feel like this is wrong, you know? Because I
Yeah.
do think it's wrong when people appropriate Native Americans after everything they've been through in this country.
Exactly.
The Aztecs did too. You
So
know,
we're
they
just
were
gonna let
colonized
this
too.
white person come in and act like it wasn't white people who colonized them, and she's just profiting, like, with all tone deaf. She's profiting off of everything, like she doesn't have a phone to look things up and actually educate herself, you know? Like, it's just so easy to show up to set and show up in a different country and like actually look up whatever cultural thing you need to learn in order to not make a mistake like that. Like, it's so easy to, like, why are you not going to look into that before you show up to a different country and make something that is their specialty? Why wouldn't you just put in a little bit more thought into how you look? It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And like maybe talk to the people that are in that industry and say like and run your aesthetic by them because I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they would have said, maybe not.
Yeah, if I was a white person, I'd walk in and be like, "Hey, this is my idea. I just want to run it by you because I don't want to be an offensive white person. I don't want to be just another offensive white person. Can you know, like,
Yeah.
with respect, with all due respect,
Yeah.
just ask."
Yeah. Because like you like tequila, cool. I would be so excited if she would have been more. I don't even think gatekeeping is a really good word for it, but I feel like it is. Like she's taking all this credit for what? Like if it would
Mhm.
have been more like you saw who she worked with, all the indigenous people or all the working class people that she collaborated with to make this happen. If she would have made like a documentary exposing how hard these people work, she could have done something where people actually got to know the
That,
people behind her product, and I feel like then I would be on
yeah.
board because it'd be like okay, but even then I think it's really dicey. Just be more thoughtful about if you're going to take something from a culture, you have to give it back in some way, and I feel like a good way of
Yeah.
doing that would be, that's just an example that I'm thinking of, but like a little documentary, something that exposes the industry in a way that might help them get better wages or
Yeah, anything
something like that.
that, I mean, like, just like a 12-minute video is what you're saying, of like them just showing, giving at least credit where credit's due and giving a history of tequila maybe, or I don't know, I guess you're just saying, like, put more
Well,
thought into it.
I think it's more about like share the credit. Like she
Yeah.
put this guy
But
on
you
the
know how
picture,
they
but what's
should,
his name?
but you know how
Where is
they
she
should share the
from?
credit? Give them more money, pay them more.
Well,
If she's
yeah.
gaining all this,
Well, the thing is that we don't know how much they paid them. But if I knew that they paid them well, I would still be a little bit upset that she's getting the credit for making this tequila. That clearly it was there's a whole team behind it, and I want to know like what the backgrounds are of the people in Mexico who assisted, cooperated, were a part of this product. You know, that would have sold me on it. Then I'm supporting a whole thing, like a whole team of people, right? But I'm not gonna support her, especially with the picture she posted. I just find it, and I'm not like I wouldn't cancel her or even message her anything about it. I would just say I don't like it and I don't support it, and I feel like if people are trying to be culturally competent, they're going to start including the cultures that they are appropriating, you know?
mhm.
I mean,
For me,
it's still appropriating, but at least if there's credit, at least if you're putting money back into the community, then maybe I could find it in myself to support the product, you know? Like, let's
yeah,
say a percentage was going to like kids in Mexico who don't have money for shoes or something like that.
yeah,
Then it would be like, okay, I
yeah,
see you, you're trying to be balanced and respectful and not just take. That's what it feels like. Take, take, take.
yeah. And just, in my opinion, I feel like it's just about the money for me. Who
But you
cares?
don't know how much they made.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The credit about who and what, I don't care. Like, I can figure that out from other people who will probably tell it more how it is. Like, I'd rather hear that from Mexican companies themselves who do make tequila. I'd rather hear it from them. So if fucking Kendall Jenner's gonna make a tequila, I just want to know that they're being paid well enough, and that, or at least that she's giving back something monetary back to the community, like donating a portion, like how you said.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I care about. That's what I mean by, like, I only care about. I just
Like
that's what I
money,
would
like
want to know.
actual tangible.
Yeah, I would actually want to know that they got their due.
Yeah,
That's it. That's
that
all I
they
care
got
about.
paid for the work that they did.
I mean, yeah, for me, like, just pay them
I
well and we're
and I hear
good.
what you're saying. I just think that like there is value in awareness, like spreading awareness of things. So if there would have been like
No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
some sort of
No, I get what you're
educational
saying. I'm just
aspect
saying
to
I
it,
don't value that personally.
and I'm saying that I do.
I know that's why, but I don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm just telling you that I do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying my
That
opinion.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
okay.
It's because you said it twice. I only said it once, so you reiterated. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, but I don't know what. I obviously am just saying that I disagree. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just saying what I thought
Okay.
afterward. So I wanted to look up what tequilas you can support because I don't really drink. But I do, like when I've had tequila, I've had Tito's tequila, and it turns out that it's made in Austin, Texas.
Cool.
But hey, isn't Texas basically Mexico?
Yeah, there's a lot of his Mexican population there because it's
So
right by the border, at
so
least. I
you
mean, I
can
don't
make
know.
so you can make tequila outside of Mexico, it sounds like.
Oh, okay. Because I guess maybe I got it wrong because I guess that's where the majority of the agave is. I don't know.
Yeah, I had heard
I'll
that
look
before
into it.
though.
Look
So
at Heather.
basically support any other tequila.
Yeah, there's actually one called, I have one that I like. It's made by all women.
What?
Uh-huh. And I just think it's so wonderful. It's made by La Gritona.
Oh.
Oh, my accent peaking. I'm just kidding. La Gritona Reposado. No. Let me say that again. La Gritona. I'm high, you guys. La Gritona Reposado.
Perfect.
There we
Okay.
go. And the name, their handle, if anyone's interested, is La Gritona Tequila. That's it.
Nice. I
Yeah.
want to support. I want to. What
Made
does
by
it look
all
like?
women. Like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, yeah, it's just on their Instagram they have all these photos of them making it, and also just the product and
I
the
love
woman who
that.
runs it, because obviously there's a woman who runs it and they have photos of her too, so, and they talk about how they started and stuff, so it's really cool. It's really cool. And you know, these women are learning these skills that are so,
Yeah.
it's so fucking awesome, you know.
Like it's in touch with the roots of what it is, really. Which sometimes I feel like the US is totally missing that because our history is so young. Which it actually, the land itself, obviously not. It was inhabited by Native Americans way before, it was colonized. But once it became an actual country, that wasn't that long ago. 400 years, I think? No, I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself, but
I don't know.
it was like 17 something.
I don't know.
The Declaration of Independence.
I don't know.
I'm talking.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
No,
talking.
I'm joking. I'm like getting triggered because I don't know. And like I want to fight.
It's 2021, so yeah, you do the math. But
Yeah.
it's really not that old, so I feel like even if the people in your family go back generations in the United States, there comes a point where everyone had immigrant family members who just came here. And so when people, people do get annoyed when you say that white people don't have culture, but I think that's what they mean. Like, it's just so brand new that I don't think a lot of times white people realize why things are so sacred for other cultures. And it's like, because it goes back to ancient times, In Mexico, you can find ruins of pyramids. Like, you have actual proof that people were here that long ago. Here, it's like really, really different. Like, I can't even think of what the oldest building or whatever
in the U.S.
is. I cannot think of it.
Yeah. Right, because what is the culture of the U.S.? We're mixed. We're all, it's everything. It's,
I was thinking the
melting
other
pot,
day,
as they say.
if I had to say, like, what is American culture? American, not white. American culture is the South, I think. Like, Southern food.
Yeah, I think about yeah, actually, yeah.
Like, that's a
That's
culture
true.
you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, and
that's
like,
where I'm going.
I know,
New
you're going to the
Orleans.
South. What a
Yeah.
great segue.
Hey, the South.
Oh my god, you better eat really good jambalaya.
Shrimp.
Oh my gosh, some gumbo soup.
Gumbo,
Like,
jambalaya.
those are two of my
You're
favorite
so right.
dishes. Like,
They're the best. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. Going, literally leaving tomorrow.
Do you have anything planned out, like a tour or anything?
No, but we're gonna figure it out.
Once you're there, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out all the touristy shit, basically.
How exciting.
I know.
And you do want to do some spooky things.
Hell yeah, like tours. Mainly like, yeah, just whatever tours they have and stuff.
Spontaneous.
And, yeah, when they show like the older,
the old houses,
the witchcraft shit, you know?
Oh, the voodoo stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just from American Horror Story.
No, I think it's genuinely their. That's why it's their culture. Yeah, and I'm gonna protect myself, obviously. So
yeah, spiritually.
So
we really want to be able to have an episode every week. So what we're gonna do is try to keep them a little bit on the shorter side.
Yeah, just for right now, because we're going through a transitional period. I'm moving on to San Diego, and we want something that my sister doesn't have to edit all by herself. That's so long. So until I move out there, then I'm gonna be able to help her out with editing, and then we'll have, we'll have the freedom. We'll share the make it longer. The work.
Yeah.
And make them longer. Exactly. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go.
Thank you for joining us. I know last episode was a doozy, so thanks for hanging in there with us.
I thought it was good, but there was like a moment, like when we were talking about the pyramid, that lost me, and I was there.
I know.
So I get it,
I
you
didn't
guys.
explain
if you were lost,
it well.
I was, and we're gonna try our best to make it like
that's the key.
Palatable for people to understand. That we're not gonna, we're gonna work on it.
Yeah.
I love these episodes. I listen to them twice each, and they crack me up. My friends send me like things I said, and I'm like, oh fuck, I did say that, huh? And then we just laugh about it. But yeah, it's really, really fun. I've been having so much fun with these episodes coming out, and I'm so glad, like, we get a third one.
Yay.
And, like, you know, we're proud of it, and, like, you know, we were more in flow of the conversation, so I'm really proud of us. And also, please, if you guys want, check out Bitches with Intellect on Instagram, because I'm always posting stories of just, like, really good quotes I like and stuff like that.
And we're gonna post some pictures of us recording this very episode.
Right.
So if you want to see the closet that we're recording
it's
from.
It's my closet. How poetic. In the closet. Anyway.
The two queers.
Let's get out of the closet. I'm ready to get out of the closet.
I'm ready to
Are you ready?
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month. We're coming out of the closet.
I'm coming out.
Ooh, that we did not plan that at all. I'm coming out. Hey, hey. I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. Not me trying to sing. Anyway.
When I realized you were trying, I was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna sing.
I said, American Idol, here I come. I said, America's Got Talent. I'm just kidding. Ew.
Well,
anyway.
We got things to do.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us.
I have to go take care of Heather and Baby Yoda, my sandworm. So.
Bye. We got a lot of toys to play with.
Oh, no. Not that. Okay, not the toys. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God. Back to the toys.
Oh, my God. Okay, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
Bye.